You know, most self-improvement advice is all about playing the same game, just a little bit better. Set better goals, find more motivation, try a little harder. But what if you're playing the wrong game entirely? What if the real way change happens operates on a level that most of us never even see?
This is the question, right here. This is the fundamental thing we're going to explore. We think of our habits as just things we do, but they're so deeply tied to who we believe we are. The biggest changes, the ones that actually stick, don't come from changing what you do. They come from changing the person who's doing it.
So to really get this, we have to look past the usual stuff, the focus on results and achievements. The true engine of change is running on a much deeper level, one that most self-help content just doesn't even touch.
Okay, so check this out. This model from James Clear shows a huge mistake most of us make. We almost always try to change from the outside in. We start with the outcome, like, I want to lose 20 pounds. Then maybe we think about the process. I'll exercise 3 times a week. But the most powerful, lasting change starts from the absolute core, your identity.
And look, this isn't just some nice feel-good theory. This stuff has actual life or death consequences. A 23-year-long study from Yale found that people with a positive view of aging lived, on average, 7.6 years longer. Think about that. That single belief had a bigger impact on their lifespan than maintaining a healthy weight or even exercising regularly.
So how does that work? Well, it's actually pretty simple, but it's so profound. The belief, the identity, was the thing that drove the actions. The people who saw getting older as a time of growth and wisdom, well, they just naturally did things that lined up with that identity. Their core belief didn't just change their mindset, it literally added years to their life.
Okay, so if our identity is that powerful, we have to ask ourselves, what's shaping it? And a lot of the time, it's not a conscious choice. It's a whole set of invisible mental biases and subconscious scripts that are basically running our lives on autopilot.
The psychologist Daniel Kahneman talks about our brain having these 2 operating systems. You've got System 1, which is fast, automatic, that gut reaction thinking. It's what helps our ancestors react instantly if a lion jumped out. Then you have System 2. That's our slow, deliberate, logical mind. Now, the biggest mistakes we make in life happen when we use that fast, automatic system for problems that really need the slow, logical one.
Let's look at one of the most powerful of these System 1 errors. It's called the anchoring bias. This is our mind's tendency to just latch on to the very first piece of information it gets, and then it sees everything else through that first lens.
This experiment is just incredible. 2 groups of people were asked to guess the height of the tallest redwood tree. The first group was given a random anchor number, 1,200 feet. Their average guess was 844 feet. The second group got a different anchor, 180 feet. Their average guess? Just 282 feet. That initial, totally random number completely warped their perception of reality.
And this isn't just about trivia games. This bias has life-altering implications. I mean, look at this study of parole board judges. It found that a prisoner's chance at freedom had less to do with their crime and more to do with the time of day they were seen. Favorable rulings were high in the morning and right after lunch, but they dropped to almost 0 right before the judges took a break.
So why did that happen? Well, the judges weren't corrupt, they were just human. They were suffering from something called decision fatigue. See, our willpower is kind of like a muscle. It gets tired. And when it gets exhausted, our brain just defaults to the easiest option. In this case, the easiest option was just saying no and denying parole. This is a universal human flaw, not a personal one.
So, understanding these biases is the critical first step. The next step is to consciously and deliberately start reshaping our core identity. This is the moment we go from being a passive product of our conditioning to being the active architect of who we want to become.
Stephen Covey offers this incredibly powerful thought experiment. By starting with the end in mind, your own funeral, you are forced to confront what actually matters. Are the things you're doing every single day aligned with the person you ultimately want to be remembered as?
And this brings us to the core insight of this whole thing. True, lasting change isn't about achieving a result. It's about becoming a different kind of person. The result, whatever it is just a byproduct of the new identity you choose to step into. Just think about the difference here. The outcome-based goal is, I want to lose 20 pounds. Okay, that's temporary. But the identity-based goal is, I want to become the type of person who doesn't miss workouts. That framing is permanent. Every single time you show up at the gym, you're not just working out, you are casting a vote for this new identity.
And these identities, they're built brick by brick, one habit at a time. Every single habit we have, good or bad, follows this simple little loop in our brain. A reminder triggers a routine, which then gives us a reward. Once you understand that mechanism, you can intentionally start designing loops that build the identity you've actually chosen for yourself.
So the final piece of the puzzle is to take all this inner work and translate it into the real world. And this isn't about gritting your teeth and relying on willpower. It's about building intelligent systems that make your desired identity the path of least resistance.
Seriously, forget this idea that success requires superhuman willpower. The most effective people aren't heroes who just resist temptation all day. No, they're architects. They design an environment for themselves where temptations rarely even show up in the first place.
A really powerful way to do this is to find your keystone habit. This is one single behavior that's so important, it creates this cascade of positive effects, pulling all these other good habits along with it. For example, someone whose keystone habit is working out also just tends to eat better, sleep better, and have more focus. They're not trying to build 4 separate habits. They just focus on the one that triggers all the rest. So the question is, what's your one keystone habit?
Ultimately, this is the bottom line. Your environment will win. It just will. You can have the best intentions in the world, but if you're constantly fighting your surroundings, you are going to exhaust your willpower. The real skill is to design your space, your home, your office, your digital life, to make good habits the easy, default choice.
And so we end up right where we started. The surface game is all about adding more things to your to-do list, but the deeper game, it's about questioning the beliefs that drive what you do in the first place. It's about deciding with real intention, not what you want to achieve, but who you really want to become.